Sonic
Lab TV.
Up until now, any form of communication over MIDI via your iPod, iPad or iPhone has had to be done over Wi-Fi. There's not really any other options. But no longer. What we have here is the Line 6 MIDI Mobilizer, which is a little piece of hardware that plugs into the docking port on your device and gives you a hardware MIDI interface. This is what it looks like. Plugs in at the bottom. It's got two connectors, one for MIDI in and one MIDI out. These are mini jack to MIDI DIN cables. They're they're bit by Planet Waves. They're very good quality, nice gold connectors. And what this allows you to do then is give you a MIDI in and a MIDI out to the apps on your iPhone or iPod Touch, possibly your iPad. Although this isn't officially supported, it does actually work. Next thing you need to do is download a free app from the App Store. It's called the Line 6 MIDI Memo. And this is a basic recording app. Just allows you to record, save and play back MIDI files. And this could either be in the form of notes, MIDI files as in song MIDI files, or indeed system exclusive dumps from your MIDI gear, which is a great feature for people perhaps who are on the road, techs or whatever, want to make a backup of all the patches in their MIDI gear. Very useful. Let's just see how it works. What I've done is I've hooked up to my JP6, Jupiter 6, which I know some of you have seen in the background, and so I thought I'd give it a little bit of an outing today. So let's have a look. Right, so I've got my Jupiter hooked up here. I've got the thing plugged in, I've got the out and the in plugged in. What I'm going to do is just create a new MIDI memo, go to the memos, add a new one. It's going to be Untitled. Now, all I have to do is slide this to enable recording and press, let's get those out of the way, press go, and I'm going to play something in. So now all I have to do is press this button to play back. What I've got set up here is a split on the JP. So I've got this sound down here, and I've got another sound up here. So I'm going to play the MIDI file back and play this over the top. So now I've got the MIDI recording into MIDI Memo. I can retitle it. Let's call it JP Riff, because that's what it is. I can then send it via email if I want as an attachment, if I've got a Wi-Fi access, that sort of thing. There is, incidentally, I should say a couple of things. There's no looping. There's no tempo, so if you want to use it to play back MIDI files, it's going to be the tempo that you record it in. In fact, if you want to use MIDI files with this device, what you have to do is record them in to this software via some other MIDI device like your computer, and then it will be able to play them back. But you can't set MIDI channel or cycles or tempo or transpose or any of that stuff. So the MIDI hardware works fine. The problem I really have is with the software, and the biggest problem is that there's no MIDI through. So if I wanted to hook this up as an ideas recorder and had a MIDI keyboard, master keyboard, going into the MIDI Mobilizer and the MIDI Memo software and then out to a sound module which I was playing, I can't do it. So effectively I can't hear what I'm doing. Now I'm sure it'd be a really simple matter just to put a switch into the MIDI Memo recorder that gave you a MIDI through, so monitor the MIDI in via the MIDI out. That would be great and make it much more useful. It should really be pointed out that Line 6 really introduced this initially as a way to back up patches in their own devices. In fact, anything with a MIDI output that does system exclusive dumps of patch data, and this is going to be a great way to record and back it up. In fact, if you think about it, if you're on the road, or you're a keyboard tech or something, and you can just put the whole lot in your phone or iPod, that's got to be a really brilliant solution to a problem that would otherwise require a computer and all sorts of other things. And although the MIDI Memo recorder is under-featured, there's some really good news, and that is the fact that Line 6 have opened up the MIDI Mobilizer to developers. So sign up and get an account, and there's going to be people able to develop applications that are much more specialised and will have much more imaginative, perhaps, use of the MIDI interface that this actually provides. The other good news is this works on all devices. There's no problems with the older versions of iPod Touches or iPhones not being able to access this hardware, so everybody's going to be able to use this. Pricing. MIDI Mobilizer is going to set you back 64 UK pounds, 99 US dollars. These are full retail prices, and obviously you'll find them considerably cheaper if you shop online or check your local dealer. In summary, I think this is actually a great buy. If you need MIDI interface for your iPod and iPhone, especially for patch backing up, it's a no-brainer, you've got to buy it. If you want to hang on and wait until there are some more apps available, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some great stuff coming that makes use of this hardware.